This is Jerome Powell, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, a Republican, and one of the smartest adults in Washington. Powell's calm, data-driven leadership helped steer the U.S. through the COVID economic crisis without triggering a depression. While others chased headlines, he focused on stabilizing markets, protecting jobs, and keeping credit flowing. The result? The fastest economic recovery of any G7 nation. That's what competence looks like. Expertise over ideology, results over rhetoric. Now, the dementia-riddled rapist wants to investigate him for not being a yes man.
On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned, in part, a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment. Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do, with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people. Thank you.
Trump isn't angry because Jerome Powell is wrong. He's angry because Powell won't just say yes. Powell has run the Federal Reserve the way it's supposed to be run, guided by data, statistics, facts, and economic reality. Trump demanded deep interest rate cuts, even though the Fed knew that doing so would ignite runaway inflation, potentially hyperinflation. That's not policy. That's economic arson. Because rates weren't slashed on command, Trump treats it as a personal attack. In reality, the Fed is doing its job, and doing it exceptionally well, as proven by how Powell's leadership helped steer the U.S. through the COVID crisis and deliver the strongest recovery in the G7. This is what independence looks like, and why it matters.